Hello everyone, this is Kelly, your pre-physician assistant student helper, and today I wanted to talk about a concept. So this isn't necessarily a topic, but I thought it would be something that everybody could relate to because applying to PA school has this giant checklist that you have to accomplish. And when you look at it, you see, however many prerequisite classes your school requires, and then whether or not you need patient contact hours, and, do I want to do research to make my application more diverse? What jobs will look most beneficial? Healthcare experience. Should I go on a medical mission trip? Do I need to become EMT certified? So you just have this giant list of things that you have to do or think you should do before you can become a PA, before you can even apply to PA school. And it gets really overwhelming. And for me, I'm the type of person that when I see a list, I have great satisfaction of just checking things off. And, in our society, we kind of have this notion that the quicker you get to your goals or your success, it makes you stand out. It makes it look like you've got it all together. And so for me, and maybe you can relate, when I saw this checklist, I was like, okay, I've got to do it all. I'm going to do it all. And I was kind of laughing at myself because more recently I started watching my very first few videos back from a few years ago. I was like, wow, Kelly, you have grown so much in these past couple of years. And I think what really did it for me is when I was done with my checklist and applied to PA school and didn't get in, I was like, well, shoot, I completed my checklist. Surely that should have been enough. I did everything I was supposed to. I dotted my I's. I crossed my T's. That's what it says I have to do to be a PA. Right. How many of you can relate to that? Anybody? So what I have more recently been reflecting on and thinking about is how, that checklist isn't what's going to make you a good PA. Your goals, and I apologize if this is a scary statement, but your goals don't dictate your future. You can say, I'm going to be a PA. But unless you're building that foundation and creating habits that are going to get you there, you may not get there, and that's scary to think about. So this is why I want to make this video, because I have had a lot of setbacks and struggles, and I've made a lot of mistakes. And one thing that is important to me is, learning from your mistakes, reflecting on things that you've done and moving forward. I'm the type of person that always wants to be moving, forward instead of backward. And I'm also the type of person that will ask indefinitely, what more can I do? What more can I do? What more can I do? And that's kind of I still say those things, but its meaning has changed for me. And I wanted to talk about that. So being a successful PA applicant means you have to show a lot of things: compassion, passion, knowledge of the PA profession, medical experience. You have to have shadowed. You have all of these different things that need to be shown through your application. And I don't want to ever define myself by a number, but your GPA is something that is obviously super important, and it's my biggest struggle. It is my weakness by far in my application. But, I'm the type of person that thinks that my strengths are my weaknesses are my strengths, and I can kind of pull both sides. And so what, my weakness, my GPA, my study habits have taught me, my goal obviously is to be a PA and be successful and take all these crazy classes so I can get there. But what I've learned is, just because I take a class doesn't mean I'm going to be successful in it. Just because I check those things off my list doesn't mean I'm going to be successful. So I've learned that your habits dictate your success, not your goals. So it's those habits that you build and create in order to reach your goals that make you successful, and they translate onto paper. If you are a successful student, it shows. Those, A's and occasional B are on there, and it looks amazing. If you have a 3.9, 4.0, you go. You have figured out your study habits. You know how it works. It's you just know what it takes. And me, I'm the type of person that if I have a really successful test, I'm like, oh my gosh, that was the best studying I've ever done. Now I know what to do. I'm going to take all of these like habits that I've learned and put them in my pocket. Now, what else can I do? Like, what if I try this? Is this going to work? So instead of building on what worked, I try and find something else that works. Well, when you try and find something else that works, you're going to make a lot of mistakes along the way. You're going to find a lot of things that don't work. And that is exactly what I have done. So, success for me has not been the checklist, because I have the whole checklist. Like, it is checked off from top to bottom, front to back, side to side. Like, my checklist is done. Now I'm playing catch up because I have to develop those habits that turn into success. That checklist is so important, but it's not what makes you successful. It's the habits you develop that got you to complete that list, or got you to show those competencies that those PA schools are looking for in their applicants. So what I have learned, and it took me so long, it took me years and years and years, is all of these successful things that I put in my pocket, I'm slowly taking them back out and stacking them on top of each other. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember when I did that and that worked. Like, why did I stop doing that? It's because I was trying to look for something else that worked instead of focusing what I already knew worked. And this is one of my biggest strengths and weaknesses. Let me explain it. What more can I do? That is something that is such a strength, because I'm always looking to improve. I want to do more. I want to be more. I want to help more. I want to be more for my patients, for my future classmates, for myself, my friends, my family. What more can I do? Well, what more can I do means that I don't focus on what I've already done. What I already know works is in my pocket, so I can pull it out later, right? But what more can I do means I'm going to try and figure out a million other things that I can do that could also potentially work. So I've got a really great toolkit, right? But what happens when you leave your toolkit at home? It's not useful. So I've had to really focus and learn and take my toolkit with me and not forget about it. If you tuck it away in a corner of your closet, it's not going to do any good. If you put it on a shelf that is too high for you to reach, it's not going to do any good. If you are hiding it from somebody because you want to use it later and you don't want anybody else to know about it, that's not going to do you any good either, because how many times have you tried to hide something that you thought was important and you didn't want anybody else to see, and then you forgot where you put it, right? Because I do things like that. So yeah, this video is just about encouraging you guys to focus on the habits that get you to your successes instead of the goal, because the end goal is the same. And, a goal is always going to be there. And when you accomplish that goal, like, amazing. Congratulations. Like, I'm seriously so proud. And I'm proud of myself whenever I accomplish my goals. But my goals could have been accomplished so much more efficiently, effectively, quickly, had I kept my toolbox where I could use it. And if I didn't, pack it away. Sorry, my dog's moving my computer. If I didn't keep it tucked away, if I kept it with me throughout my undergrad, maybe I wouldn't have to go on to do this graduate program, which is, of course, the best choice I've ever made. But it's just something that I've been really reflecting on, and I wanted to share with you guys. It's not your goals that dictate how successful you are. It's your habits that dictate how successful you are. And it says habits that you can build on that are only going to propel you. They're going to make you surpass your goals instead of creating more goals to accomplish the goals that you almost reached in the first place. Because I am so guilty of that. Like, I'll have a goal and I'll be like, all right, this is where I want to be. Well, I ended up over here. So now I've got to create a goal that'll get me closer to this goal. So now I'm over here. Well, now I've got to create another goal that's going to get me closer to this goal. So now I'm here. And so, I like to tell stories. I obviously like to use my hands when I talk. But I hope this is helpful. If you can relate or have any advice, please let me know. Because, I'm 23 right now. I'm in graduate school. I feel like I've had so much personal growth over the years. And I'm just consuming knowledge and success and motivation and, trying to take all those habits that I could have built upon, take them out and, really use them now and put them together instead of finding new things, which is very, very challenging for me. But As always, questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comments below. I've really enjoyed the dialogue we've been having in the comments. I think when I started this channel, I said, if I only help one person, like, that's all I need. And there's so much evidence in success and, proof that what I'm doing is helping, and it makes me so happy. And, I want to be that resource, and I want you guys to learn from my mistakes so you don't make them as well. Or, maybe you make the mistake too and you watch my video and you say, hey, like, we did the exact same thing and this is what I learned from it. Because maybe you got some different insight. And all of these mistakes that we make and, goals we make and achieve or don't achieve or end up on a different path make us who we are today. So, yeah. I hope you're having a great week. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.